So people are gonna know that we're live now.
We're live?
We're live.
Wow.
I don't understand the way you think. Saying that she's yours, not mine. I'll probably get in trouble for doing that too. Big controversy, Mark.
What?
I don't even know what to do. Our outro song has been flagged by another.
Again?
Well, they denied
Shit.
my claim. Yeah.
So you know what? We need to find the song and flag out song.
Well, except for they have it automated. There's a whole thing you got to sign up to be a partner, and there's a Google algorithm that scrapes all the videos and
scrape it.
It's wild what they just flag automatically.
Well, I made this outro song that's done largely in Apple loops. We talked about it on the Todd Tuckey show because his daughter asked who did that song at the end, and I said it was me. And I made the song.
And they flagged an Apple Loops song?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I know. I'm a little irritated, and so they actually have monetized that video now. So they've monetized our video, which is highly irregular.
We need to get Apple involved.
I do. I'm beside myself. Is there a lawyer that I can talk to? Because you can't do anything on the site. You can just. Here's what happens if you dispute it one more time and the claim gets disputed or denied or whatever. They just can shut down your video, and that's what they say they'll do. And they put a strike on your account.
Oh, you don't want to strike.
You get 3 strikes, and then they can actually delete your account. So it's a big deal. I'm actually quite irritated about it. Yeah. So if there's
are we gonna see a new edit with different Apple loops?
Yeah, I think we should have a different outro now.
I thought the whole point was so you can use Apple Loops freely.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, there's a whole legal statement in the Apple Loops that allows you to use them. The trouble is somebody made an original song and then copyrighted it and put on this thing that scrapes for any other Apple Loops apparently, and so they're probably monetizing and it's Russian. It's a Russian site.
Yeah, you know what? It sounds like a scam, and I think that there's got to be a way to sort of. I bet you it's happening to somebody else, and
Yep.
we just got to find that other guy who's probably a little bit bigger than us, and then
I have to find
A little bigger and scarier.
yeah, like Casey Neistat. Let's have him play an Apple Loop.
All right, I got to figure out how to get.
Aaron probably doesn't. I mean, Adam doesn't know who Casey Neistat is, but that's okay.
Yeah, is he like Stone Cold Steve Austin? So
Absolutely no. Do you know who Sniper Wolf is?
No, I don't.
Do you know who Markiplier is?
Do you
know who Jacksepticeye?
I do, unfortunately.
Well, of course you do. I'm just checking
Since
Adam.
My generation doesn't shut up about them.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. This is Markiplier.
Yeah. Oh, Markiplier. Oh my gosh, the kids were so into him. Has he finally lost some viewership, or is he just insanely popular still?
I think he still is. I think the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise really gave him a boost.
Wait a minute, he owns that franchise?
No, but he played it, and that's
Yeah, it's dumb. Like you go on a YouTube channel
Yeah.
and you play a game, and people think you're awesome.
seriously.
That's
like-
what society has become.
Play the goddamn game yourself.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I'm getting back onto the channel here with the trying to find where we are here. There we go. We're in the chat.
We live?
Oh, we've been live.
We have?
Yeah, it's been 5 minutes.
Yep.
Oh Jesus! I've been refreshing the page and it hasn't been saying live.
I found out that if you turn on that that double notification, that's the only way for you to really know. The page is slow.
It's interesting because there's nobody in the chat right now. It's just us.
Well, there's people watching. Maybe
Oh.
they're just not ready to reveal themselves.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's Brendon.
Hey, look at that.
out, you
Brendan's in the chat. Well, at least we can all talk to each other.
That's right. So that means there's at least 3 other people that aren't us.
That's right. The other day I was on an I was watching an Arcade Outsiders podcast, and I was the only one in the Google chat wondering why the hell there's no one else there. I didn't know there was a separate site they were using.
Yeah, they used a separate site. Yeah.
God, I felt like such an idiot.
That's funny. Well, what do you say we get this show on the road, guys?
Let's go. Sounds good to me.
All right,
Let's light this one on fire.
Here we go.
Girl, I'm on fire.
Oh, wait, I'm going to have to mute Brendon. All right, places, everybody. Places. All right.
And what did you find, Junior?
Junior? Dad? Please, what does it always mean? Is this Junior?
That's his name. Henry Jones Jr.
Like Indiana.
We named the dog Indiana.
May we go home now, please?
The dog? You are named after the dog? Got a lot of fond memories of that dog.
From KOYR Studios in Minneapolis, Minnesota, it's Arcade Radio. Intruder alert, intruder alert.
Welcome to Season 2, Episode 4 of the Arcade Radio Podcast. Today is Thursday, December 21st, 2017, and the time is now approximately 7:19 p.m. Central. Thanks for joining us in the Arcadosphere. This is your host, Adam Stevens. I am joined by Mark Time Runner Shields and the guest host of Arcade Radio this week, Mr. Brendon Parker. Welcome to the show.
This must be my grand entrance. Howdy, hey, my dudes.
It is.
Howdy, hey.
Hello. So good to have you on the show. We may be joined by Mr. Dan Reed a little later.
Hopefully.
But for now, let's start with the warm-up segment and find out what's new with you, Mark Shields.
Okay, so I recently acquired an extra, that's what I'm going to call it, NBA Fast Break pinball. And I decided that I was going to link it with my other NBA Fast Break pinball. And that just involved purchasing 4 chips, making a cable, putting the 2 machines together, and then coming to the realization that the machines are not equal and that my wife wants to play the one where you can make a higher score.
Well,
that's been fun.
I can't really blame her.
So I've been on Marco's specialties. I've been like figuring out what's missing and all this stuff and just having a lot of fun fixing bulbs and trying to get ramps to act the same. And that occupied a little bit of my free time. And then I guess in the middle of all that, I also pulled out my old Bitcoin miner hardware from 2013.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes. It's so slow. It's like I couldn't make any money like if I ran it for like 20 years or something. But I was wondering why one of them stopped working. And now that I have like arcade, hardware knowledge, I immediately recognized a capacitor had blown and that the power transistors were fried. And so I just went up on Mouser and, I'm like, I'm going to make this stupid, crappy transformer work and power supply, whatever.
Nice. Was it a power brick?
I think they made their own. It looks really, the design is really dumb. The heatsink is dumb. It was made. This whole equipment was made by a company called Butterfly Labs, which the Securities and Exchange Commission actually sued because they would build their Bitcoin miners and then hold on to them and use them to mine and then ship them to people. And it wasn't like they were just doing QA. They would leave them running for like weeks and made people wait. And so they were losing money the longer it took for you to get your miner. Anyway, they're out of business and it's all over. So good times. Oh. I made 3 Bitcoins out of the 2 miners that I had.
Wow.
And so it's been,
That's not bad.
Well, now it's not bad, but like for years I thought, man, I spent too much money and I screwed up, and
Apparently you
So-
did not.
finally,
Yeah, now you should cash out like right now.
no, I'm gonna wait till they're like worth $3 million each.
Oh, that's never gonna happen. There's gonna
please.
there's gonna be a bubble. And I heard Ripple's
No.
the way to go now.
Ripple, isn't that like an alcoholic drink?
No, it's a cryptocurrency, buddy.
Ripple?
Yeah, Ripple coin. It's
Okay.
hot.
Yeah. Okay.
I know you. Okay. Dude, I'm surrounded by guys that mine these coins all day long.
Oh, what have I been doing? Okay, you guys are gonna shoot me.
Oh.
I've been spending all morning trying to get an LCD running in my Pac-Man.
No!
I know! Blasphemy!
I think everybody should try to do that at least once.
I know. One of these days, we're gonna all have to do that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Mike
No, we're gonna keep going.
Mike Martin is in the chat. He says, "Yo, what's up, bitches?"
What's up, girl?
And then he says, "Daniel in the house." And where's Kelsey?
He hasn't even gotten here yet.
Chat asks, "Do we like bread?" Who doesn't?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I
Do
grill
you-
my bread.
Do you like bread? Why is he gonna make us some? Because that'd be legit.
Yes, please.
Yeah, mail it to me. Let's see what that's like.
Brendan, on with the show. You're putting a what in the what?
I'm putting an LCD in my Pac-Man.
That is why in God's name are you doing that?
So the summer I built in 4 days, I built a Ms. Pac-Man from scratch. I didn't build the cabinet, but I built a Ms. Pac-Man based on the development artwork. So it's this completely cool looking black Ms. Pac-Man. And I
saw that on your site.
had-
It has like a really mean ghost running after her.
That's right.
Sort of a
And I had
3D.
just no time to put it together, so I had to swap my monitor from my Pac-Man in there. And so my Pac-Man's been sitting for 6 months. Is it 6 months? Almost. Yeah, 6 months with no monitor. And I just finally said, "Fuck it, I can't find a real one." So
You can't find a real monitor? Where are you at?
I'm in small town California.
Oh, I see.
Oh yeah.
But trust me, I will find one, and it's going back in.
No matter where you go, I will find you.
I have a certain set of skills.
Be careful, Ryan. Most things in here don't react well to bullets.
Okay.
So, yeah,
What's that from?
it's from Hunt for Red
Why,
October.
I feel like I should know that.
Hunt for Red October.
Oh, Hunt for Red October.
Yeah. Ryan,
Stupid
be careful.
remake.
Most things in here don't react well to bullets.
I could not. Sean Connery is so not doing a Russian accent.
Well, no,
How could
because
I-
he starts out speaking Russian, and then they do this cool segue where he just starts speaking English, so that
Yeah,
he
I
can speak
just
English the
didn't
rest of
buy
the movie. Yeah. You know, it is
Right.
what it is.
I mean, that's
So-
a classic. That movie is like up there with Die Hard 1.
You know, I watch it probably once or twice a year.
Really?
Yeah, it's one
I
of my
wonder
go.
if there's like a bunch of people that cosplay as the Hunt for Red October. You know, somewhere.
I think I shall have 2 wives and live in Montana. Yes. Anyway, it's one of my favorites. Jeffrey Jones is in there.
Oh, Jeffrey Jones.
Yeah. You know,
Isn't he in jail or something?
Rooney. Yeah. No, he's
Rooney! I think you should be sorry for crying out loud.
this is the Rooney.
member dies and you insult me.
This is the Rooney sneaks around theme from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. He's around the house right now. Rooney. I play this every once in a while. Nobody ever noticed what it is, but this is Rooney sneaking around. So what did I work on this weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, what did you work on?
Oh man, I had a great arcade weekend. Last Sunday, a rare moment where nobody was in the house.
You took your pants
Love
off?
those.
Yeah, I had my pants off all day. So the Mr. and Mrs. Pac-Man was giving me some sound trouble, and I decided I was going to mess with that, and so I replaced the pots, and that actually improved things, but all the background sounds were missing. And so for those of you who ever have to work on a Squawk and Talk, there's 2 small 2 microfarad capacitors that are in the sound path that if you replace, bring back all those lovely background sounds. Those and the amplifier chips, I replaced those as well, which are LM3900Ns. And then I recapped the entire board, and now the sounds are perfect. Put in a few new bulbs. I also replaced some drop targets that weren't working right. They had cracks in them, and the springs were sliding out of the middle, and so that's all working. And I put in a brand new pac-man, which I might have mentioned on the last show that I got, but I put that in, and it's all working fantastic. The thing looks brand new now, and it's just playing like, it's just spinning like a top. I love it.
So when are you bringing it over?
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. And then I also did some Xenon upgrades, which was a lot more difficult than I thought. You know the little flippers in a pinball machine? They're just a flipper and a shaft, and it goes right down into this little thing, and there's two little anchor screws. I thought, okay, no problem, 10 minutes, right? Nope. Took out the two anchor screws, and the thing had like somehow bonded itself to I couldn't get it out. It took like 45 minutes. But anyway, I finally got the flippers out, and I replaced them, these really dark ones that I had in there originally, with these super cool chrome flippers with translucent red rubbers on them. So it just plays like a dream now too, because you can actually see the flippers. And then I started replacing all the posts in that bad boy, and cleaning up, putting new rubbers in there. So that's been going. I bought a new MM1 Row AMI jukebox last weekend. That's kind of cool. And I just got the key for it today because I didn't have a key, but I got it for like $260. So thinking I can fix that one up.
What does that
great...
mean exactly? When you don't have the key, does that mean you don't want to drill it out like we do? Or
Well, it has the original Row locks on it, and all you need is the number, and you can just order a key. So that's what I did. Because I don't want to. I'd rather not drill it out if I can just use the original hardware.
Isn't it right that the front locks are usually different, but then the back locks are the same?
On this one, it has front only, and so the whole front of the machine opens up. That's kind of how Row operated. They would have like a key on the front, and then it would be like open up the hood on a car. You could just see everything. And then there is a different key though for the coin box. So the operators then could have different coin keys just to open up the coin box. So they could make their rounds, pick up all the change out of the machine, and then close it back up.
And so someone couldn't just buy the right key and steal all your money.
Correct. Or order it on eBay, which back then you couldn't. This thing is cool. The MM1 Row AMI came, it was called the, what did they call it? It was the Music Merchant, and it came with 3 different glasses. Front glass. Mine has a carousel scene on it. There's a city scene, and then there's this like jazzy scene. The jazz one's pretty rare, but if you look it up online, it's pretty cool. The Row AMI MM1, and I have the one with the carousel. It looks fantastic. So those are the main arcadey thing. Oh, and I got a bit kit. So
a bit kit.
Yeah, do you know what that is?
Like a screwdriver set?
No, it's
the FPGA board.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh.
It's an FPGA that plays Rockola's Eyes and Nibbler and some other games, and he's going to be adding some other games to it soon. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been working on. So
nice.
Yeah,
sounds like you've been busy.
Yeah, it was so great though. I mean, it felt so good to have those machines running. So all my pinballs are working like great right now.
Nice.
Yeah. So
I did go back into I had a Back to the Future that I bastardized one of the flipper buttons because I didn't realize that I needed to buy special hardware, and I did something dumb and I drilled. This was years ago, and I backed that out.
You backed what out?
I backed the hack that I did to replace my Back to the Future flipper buttons with just regular arcade buttons.
Oh, you backed that out.
Yes.
Sweet. That's
so
nice.
That is, I'm restoring its honor.
That's good.
Really.
That's really
nice.
Great.
God, I screwed up so bad this morning. I didn't have the control panel bolted on. I was trying to put the LCD in my Junior Pac-Man, and I forgot to bolt the control panel, and it fell right off and ripped every single one of the wires out of the Molex.
Oh.
I hate that.
Second time that's happened.
Yeah, that's a pain in the butt. But that means you get to redo it and it'll be correct the next time.
Yeah, hopefully. First time I did it backwards.
Oh, yeah, that's fun, huh?
You gotta learn somehow.
Well, I think we're going to jump to the next segment, even though Dan's not here, and maybe we'll just fill in for him. What do you think?
Yeah, let's
All right.
let's do it.
That thing is horrid. It's horrid. I can't imagine people are using it, but whatever.
It's the Arcade News with Don Reed.
That's our cue.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was abrupt.
It was abrupt. It was as abrupt as it gets. So this is a good one. People are lining up to play this game called Harambe Kong. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's essentially an arcade. It's like if you took Donkey Kong and reversed the theme. But I don't know if you remember, but Harambe Kong is or who Harambe was, but he was like the gorilla in the Cincinnati Zoo that they put down after a toddler fell into his cage. And
Put down is a nice way of putting it.
yeah, they
shot him.
They shot him. Yeah. So in the game, you play Harambe, and there's kids running around, and it's like all retro. And they put this thing in a Boise, Idaho arcade, to play test it, called Space Bar is the name of the arcade. Yeah, clever. So anyway, this thing jumps around, and you jump around as Harambe and pick up different things, and have to avoid touching the children. If you touch the children, you're immediately shot dead.
It's almost like Joust, except you can't joust.
Right. It's just like one player avoid things, try not to get hit. And there's like all these people playing it, all these young people playing it, saying various things. It's fun. It's great to produce something that people enjoy, they say, but it does and then there's people that are complaining about it. I guess it's too lifelike. So and there's people that are getting offended by it because, you're making fun of this gorilla that's been shot.
Right. They should replace the gorilla with something that's more humane to be shot, like that. Who's that guy? That's Kevin. What's his name?
Spacey.
Yeah, Kevin Spacey. See, it should be called Kevin Spacey Kong.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
And every time he touches a child, he gets shot.
Oh my God.
No comment.
Oh my God. Way to tie it in with Me Too. That's just great. So, oh my God, British 1500 says, touch the children and you're immediately shot dead. He said the exact same thing you did. That's funny. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's awful. But here's the thing. So the creator of the game says that he's against zoos, which, he dislikes zoos. Well, that's all fine and dandy, but I actually have a good friend that's a zookeeper. And she, and the other zookeepers,
they run around in a big square made out of bricks and then keep the animals inside.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, it's super fun.
That's the life.
I know. So, but one of the things that they do is a lot of the animals that they get are not they don't capture them. These are animals that needed to be rescued or, had to be raised from young animals so that they don't know there's no live environment you can stick them into that they'd survive because they're almost domesticated.
Right, like that the bald eagle that's at the zoo at the Minnesota Zoo.
Yeah, so
the one that can't fly, right?
Exactly.
Right, so they do this stuff to take care of these animals, and sometimes you have an animal in there that its natural instinct's going to kick in, right? There's nothing you can do about it. But on the other hand, these people are like enriching these animals' lives, and they're taking care of them, and they're in some cases preserving them. So I think I have the opposite view of zoos as he does. And so I don't know. I think it is a little controversial. I don't know that I would feel wholesome playing Harambe Kong. I don't know what you guys. So it's an interesting dilemma, I think. I don't know. I like your ideas, though. So on to the next piece of news. These tiny, fully functional arcade machines for $20 are perfect stocking stuffers. Tiny Arcades is releasing these little tiny playable games, Space Invaders, Miss Pac-Man, with the correct aspect ratio, I might add. So, like, instead of Miss Pac-Man being squished into, I think it's essentially a main port on this tiny little chip. I don't know. I haven't tried to play.
I think it's written from scratch, but it's pretty good.
Well, in any case, they have the correct aspect ratio. So some of those Game Boy Advance games back in the day, they had Miss Pac-Man, but you had to play in the, a widescreen game, or not a widescreen, but you played the 4x3 game in the, what do you call that, horizontal mode instead of vertical. So Miss Pac-Man is presented in its, true vertical form here. But tons of people are buying these things, and they're getting scooped up all over the place. Apparently you can buy them at Walmart and Cracker Barrel and other places, but Space Invaders is out, and Miss Pac-Man, and I know there are other ones coming. Have you seen any Galaxian?
Yeah, they have Galaxian and Pac-Man, I know.
Okay, yeah, so there's at least 4 out right now.
Are they making more?
I don't know, but that's like $80 worth right there. Yeah, you can get them on ThinkGeek and Amazon as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with my 350-pound wooden box with a TV set inside of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't
They're so cute.
I mean, I personally would like a couple of those to sit on my desk. It'd be kind of fun, have your little arcade in your desk at work.
Instead of full-size Pac-Man on your desk.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
10 feet tall.
Well, standing desk.
Standing. Oh my gosh, there was this awesome article about a squatting desk. Have you guys seen this?
No.
You got to Google it. It's like an Onion article almost, where this woman decides that, she had heard so much about squatting desks, she was going to try one. And the funny thing is, it turns out you can't buy a squatting desk, so she made her own. And I mean, it goes on about how she's like squats in front of her coworkers, and they look at her funny, and she's been getting better at not farting around them. And it's a hilarious article. I'm gonna have to put it into the chat or something a little bit later. But
I guess that was one way to grow your glutes.
Exactly. I don't know.
Squatting desk.
Squatting.
That's just so bizarre.
Mark, did we have a third news article? I don't remember.
We did, but I'm winging it. I do know that recently there was a Donkey Kong remix hybrid put out, a Christmas themed version, and there's a tournament going on. Well,
and you just talked about this before the show, so I did a little research. You can find the YouTube video somebody's already put up, but the girders all have like little snow on them, and instead of the Donkey Kong, how high can you get? It's like Christmas trees. How high can you get? It looks kind of fun. I mean, it just looks like a reskinning so far of the remix. But he gave away the thing for free, right?
Yeah, I think that you can play the game if you have the remix hardware.
Yeah.
Daughter card.
Oh, there's some other fun things too. Instead of hammers, there's candy canes. And then you have to jump over those little round peppermints, the red and white peppermint discs. So instead of barrels, you jump over them. And and instead of like out of the fire barrel, the fire thing, it's a gingerbread man that comes after you. That's pretty funny.
Scary.
I know, because I don't believe that fire can be personified, and so as long as it's gingerbread man, I'm good with it. That's horrifying.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
You could just eat them.
I have the remix kit, so I might download the ROM and give it a shot.
Do it.
Yeah.
Next episode.
Yeah. So normally I think this is where Dan would say over to you, Time Runner.
Back in '82, I used to be able to throw a pigskin quarter mile.
Back to the cave with Time Runner.
Why are things so heavy in the future? Is there a problem with the Earth's gravitational pull?
All right, we're going to December 21st, 1982. Jump in the DeLorean, don't hit your head on the door.
Ow.
And here we go. Did you hit your head on the door?
Maybe.
I told you.
Yeah.
So let's talk about what was going on in arcade technology on this date 35 years ago.
Should we talk before you jump in? Should we talk
Yes.
about how you pick this date?
Well, it's today's date.
So normally we pick a date, right?
Yeah.
That relates to the guest.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Well, and sometimes we pick it around, like within a certain period, or if there's a significant event in their life. But Brendon is relatively new to this, let's just say.
Hey, I was only in my negative 20s.
So I asked him to pick a date, and he said, "How about the late 1982?" So why late 1982?
I don't know. I feel like it's a good time. All the classics were out, like Galaga, Moon Patrol, blah blah blah. And then it's right before the crash, so arcades are still everywhere.
Yeah.
It's good. That would be a good time, like if you had to time travel for real.
Yeah.
Right.
I had a dream about that.
Experience.
You had a dream about it? Well, let's get to that later. So back to the news.
Back to the news. So in the arcade, during December 1982, Namco released Exevious, which set the style for scrolling
Xevious.
shooters, which I own. Anybody else own an Exevious? Anyone? No?
I want one.
Xevious.
I love it. I mean, I think it used to be the theme, the music that just plays on and on and on used to be the theme of Starcade, or they would play it.
Oh, it kind of sounded like that. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And Gottlieb released Qbert,
Oh.
which totally confused a lot of people because you had to, jump diagonally and, fun game. As far as I know, there's not a lot of video games that have a knocker in the cabinet.
Mm-hmm.
I do like knockers.
Yes, knockers require 30 volts. And
That's a lot of voltage. Bam!
Speaking of the crash, Atari released E.T. the Extraterrestrial, written in 5.5 weeks. That's 40 days.
Which everyone knows was the best game ever made.
Right?
I know, it's fantastic.
One of the games allegedly sparking the video game crash of 1983, but I don't believe that. I think it was just more of a...
No.
It was like a bubble, right?
It was inevitable.
Was
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Now I'm wondering, it seems like the arcade crash and the console crash happened for different reasons almost.
Well, give us your take.
Well, I think the console market was more because there was so much oversaturation with different consoles and so many ways to play, and it got overwhelming. That's what I've heard.
And when did the console crash happen?
I think it was around the same time, 83. I'm not sure. I wasn't around.
Well, typically I haven't really heard of the console crash, but there's all kinds of factors why the arcade game crash happened. I think home consoles is blamed. I don't know that's necessarily true, but people did stop going to arcades.
It's true.
And partly because probably there was some, better access to home ports and things like that. But also, I think, you release a game, and we'll talk about this in a little bit, but if you release a game, it's only popular for so long. And then you have this giant box in your establishment taking up space and consuming power, not making any money.
Yeah.
So you had to switch out games, and maybe they just couldn't keep up, with the demand, or maybe people finally realized that, they weren't really getting anything out of this. I think there's a bunch of factors and some bad business decisions. Atari expanded quite quickly. They expanded their home division. E.T. was not a very good seller. So that may have helped. I think there's lots of factors. I mean, the chatters...
Pac-Man was a good seller, but even better returner.
Well, and Pac-Man was interesting, too, because it's listed as one of the most popular port cartridges of all time for the Atari 2600. But some of those notes... what happened? I think I got disconnected from the chat. Are you still in the chat?
Yeah, we're all still here.
Yeah, I'm here.
There I go. I'm back. Oh, it signed me out. What the heck?
Are you talking about your web browser? Are you?
No, it signed me out, man.
What'd you do? Maybe you got your third strike. Maybe you're out of there.
No, I'm signed into too many browsers. So
These newfangled things.
yeah. So anyway, they
Kicked
started
out for
shipping
Apple Loop abuse.
They started shipping Pac-Man with all the VCS units, and they counted those as purchases.
Oh, that doesn't count.
No.
But it did. That's how they racked up that number.
Well, that's how like artists will have a concert and they'll give you a free CD when you go to the concert, and they count that as a sale, and then they get on the top 10 and get played.
Prince did that.
Yes, Prince, smart man.
Yep, because he wasn't being
Good advice.
Yeah, he wasn't being promoted anymore. But yeah, so I think there's lots of reasons why. What else is going on in the?
Yeah, let's talk about what's going on at the box office on December 21st, 1982. Dustin Hoffman. Oh man, another one of these. He was starring in Tootsie. That was #1 at the box office for actually several weeks. Tootsie's been parodied many times, most notably recently in Family Guy. And yeah, Dustin Hoffman.
We talked about this on one of our other episodes.
Really?
Yep. Pretty dang sure.
No, I think that you're thinking of something similar.
Well, if we did November of
I'll
82,
reference this when we
I
leave.
think so too.
if we did November of 82, I guarantee you we talked about this because I think this was out.
Nope, it wasn't. I checked.
Oh, great.
That's right.
Maybe we talked about it on an episode totally unrelated to 82.
Maybe Tootsie got brought up because someone was eating a Tootsie Roll.
I don't know. What was on TV? And
Yes, what was on TV? Well, on ABC, Heart to Heart had a Christmas episode. Brendon, are you even aware what Heart to Heart is?
I've heard the name. That's all I know.
Heart to Heart.
I think you take jumper cables and you hook them up to one heart.
Yeah. Oh, I never thought of that. Interesting. Wait, so who was the guy who killed Natalie Wood? Right, was one of them, and then
Wagner.
What? Robert Wagner. There you go. And oh wait, no, he didn't kill her. What am I saying?
Allegedly.
Robert. Allegedly, yes, allegedly.
Yeah.
And let's see, on CBS, another Christmas-themed show, Yogi Bear's All-Star Comedy Christmas Caper.
Oh yes.
And I
Wait a minute.
remember watching that, thinking, "This is fucking awesome."
I was like,
Yogi
"Emilio!"
Bear and all these other people, like other, well, they weren't people, but people like creatures, had a Christmas caper. It was great. Good half-hour fun. I'm sure it's on YouTube. Go check it out. And then there was on sad little NBC. There was just like a Father Murphy and a St. Elsewhere episode.
Oh my God, St. Elsewhere. Blah.
You didn't like that?
No. Wow.
Howie Mandel, man. I mean, if you go back and watch episodes with him,
Wait a minute. St. Elsewhere had Howie Mandel.
Yes.
Oh, yuck.
It's not good.
Funny.
Did you see the final episode of St. Elsewhere where it was revealed that the whole thing happened inside of some special needs person and it was all a dream?
No, but that's like the Bob Newhart ending.
It's even worse than that.
Oh. That's it.
That's it for Back to the Cade, and let's go see if there's any. Are there any voicemails?
Let me check. Let me check the phone system thingy.
Is Corey in the house?
Corey? I don't know. Is Corey in the house?
It's a joke.
Corey Haim?
God.
Oh, he's dead. He died.
Oh man.
Good
Yeah.
answer.
You didn't know that? Yeah.
We're gonna lose our. We have 10 listeners. We're gonna get down to 9 soon if you keep this up.
Don't go.
And he was molested.
Ah, damn it.
That's actually a true story. Probably like Harvey Weinstein or something. All right. So what do we got? Some voicemail going on here?
Hello, Arcade Radio, and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and Hanukkah, and Kwanzaa, and whatever else is out there. I don't know. This is your buddy, Bob Zarzadek, giving you a call. Just making this is going to be real short. I just don't really have a lot to say. but other than the aforementioned holidays. But so Junior Pac, I hear is you're going to be your new guest, and so I remember when I got my first control panel, I was in 4th grade, and it was like I'm pretty sure it was a Space Invaders a ripoff. I think it was called Flying Ugly Aliens with Guns, and the control panel had only 2 buttons on it, and I loved it. And so, I would like to ask Junior Pac, what was your first, earliest, youngest, experience with vintage arcade? All right, I'm just gonna hang up now and listen. Thanks a lot. You guys again have a great holiday. Zarza deck out.
Oh, thank you, Bob.
Wow.
Oh,
So earliest?
ugly space shooters with guns. That is a classic.
Nice.
So
all right, that's a good question.
what was Zarzadek's question?
What was my first arcade experience?
Yeah, your earliest.
I think it was my first video game experience. I think I was maybe 4 years old. I was at a sushi restaurant and there was a Ms. Pac-Man cocktail.
Ooh.
I had no idea how to play, but I sat there and just kind of went around. It had the speed chip in it. I remember that somehow. But that was my first video game experience. I didn't think much of it then, but I guess it came full circle.
Yeah, that's
cool.
awesome. So you think we should move on to the interview part of this thing then?
Yes, let's make it official.
All
The
right.
interrogation.
Please welcome to the show one more time, Brendon Parker, aka Junior Pac.
Hello.
It's good to have you on the show.
It's great to be on the show.
Welcome.
Welcome.
So far, we haven't gotten too serious here, so I'm going to get right down to it. I'm just kidding. So tell us how you ended up in this hobby and of all places, Clav.
Okay, so let's see. It started on Atari Age, actually. So it very started when Google had their Pac-Man doodle, because
Oh yeah, I remember that thing. You could play
back in it was 2010.
You could play the full version of Pac-Man.
Okay, so it was the biggest coincidence. So I used to be pretty much the kid who hated video games, period, and I don't really have a good reason why. But because I didn't like the violence and I didn't like a lot of the concepts that were in them and the addiction that was going on. But it happened to be that day I was thinking, hey, I really want to play Pac-Man. That sounds like a good game. It would be one that, it's not violent, it's not addictive. And I happened to go to Google and looked up Pac-Man. Oh, it happened to be the day they're having the Pac-Man doodle, the playable one. It's like that was my so that was
you're like, okay, I like Pac-Man.
that was my kickstart.
Okay, and then how'd you end up on Atari Age?
So I really wanted an arcade machine, but it just wasn't in my scope being such a kid.
Because you were like 5 right then, right?
10.
5 or 6.
9, 10.
I'm just kidding.
And so, like, being the obnoxious 10-year-old I would spend pretty much all day on the computer, on Wikipedia, researching, and I discovered the 2600, and I fell in love with the concept, and I joined Atari Age before I had a 2600. And being a 10-year-old, I mean, a 10-year-old in a group of 40-year-olds, how do you think that's going to turn out?
Well, I was there, actually, and I remember some of your earlier threads.
Do you?
Yeah, and some people were getting, there's a few people on there that aren't on there anymore, actually, that have been banned, but there's some trolls that I remember giving you some trouble, and I remember you struggling in some of those threads. I think I actually, in one of them, even defended you, but that was after you admittedly were a kid, like someone had, either yourself or somebody had outed that you were a kid.
Yeah, it was a mixed bag. I think it came forth in my writing that I was obviously a kid. And I got accused of being a lot of different things. People thought I was multiple different people who had been banned from Atari Age.
These RAM
Multiple
controls.
trolls.
These RAM controls.
And I had people, in their words, believe I was a delusional 37-year-old man in his mother's basement,
Oh, nice.
posing as a 10-year-old.
Oh, that's weird.
That gave me a good laugh. Actually, I just remembered the whole reason I joined Atari Age was it was right around the time there were rumors the Crazy Otto ROMs were going to be released. And that sparked my interest in Crazy Otto, actually. And I joined Atari Age to ask for the ROMs.
Oh, funny.
Yeah.
See where you could get them.
Yeah, where I could get them. And I posted it in 8 different sections, and people weren't very happy about that.
Were you Junior Pack on Atari Age before you got banned?
I was.
Okay. And so your account is just dead there. You can't go there anymore?
Yeah, so about a year after I joined Atari Age, some of the moderators weren't a huge fan of me. I loved the concept of the community, but
Sure. Community can be a tough thing.
One of the
though.
moderators wanted to silently ban me, so no one could see that I was banned. But they instead made it so that I couldn't access anything. I couldn't access the board. I couldn't access messages. I couldn't even log out. It would say, "Error, you are not allowed to access this."
Funny.
So I'm like, okay.
Cool.
And I go silent for a while, and then I turn 11, and my attention kind of shifts. I grow out of consoles a little bit and get into arcade machines, and I look up message boards for classic games and find Clav, and it seems to be the number one message board.
The hip and happening place.
Yeah, you can't.
So
like I've joined in 2005 when I got a Tron machine, and I remember being terrified of posting, and I was in my 30s because I'm like, what's, or maybe even my 20s still, and so I'm like, what's going on with this place? I need to find one thing out about my Tron, and I start poking around and reading, and then I notice if you didn't know your stuff, people were not very kind all the time. So
yeah, the community is a mixed bag.
Yeah, and some people were really helpful. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, some people are so. Yeah.
But anyway, so you ended up on Clav.
I feel like I'm talking about everyone like they're crap. Like there are some really amazing people on there.
Absolutely. Yeah,
so I ended up on Clav, and I had the opposite problem that you did. I was posting maybe 15 posts a day before I had a cabinet.
Nice.
And nobody could take me seriously because of that. I tried blending in. I tried my best to blend in as an adult. It didn't work.
So this is when you first started lying about your age, so to speak?
I wasn't lying, but I...
Exaggerate.
On a mission.
Sure.
If I was living on the planet Pluto...
Yes, exactly. Who doesn't know what a human is supposed to act like and a human adult.
So you must have had a lot of challenges trying to get what you needed out of the community. What were some of those challenges?
Well, first, I really wanted to get around not having a game because I really wanted a game. But being an 11-year-old, I didn't have. Being an 11-year-old, it's not like I have money and I can't go around and pick up games. So I had been searching on Craigslist religiously, maybe 3 times a day for a machine, and I finally found one. It was a Ms. Pac-Man for $150, and I thought that was doable. Thankfully at that time my dad was willing to spend I think $100 on a machine. But what I didn't realize, I was in the wrong section of Craigslist. I thought I was in Sacramento. I was in San Luis Obispo, which is a 7-hour drive south. But I had called the guy and I agreed to buy it. I talked him down to 100 and didn't realize what I had gotten myself into.
Oh my gosh. And you're 11 at this point?
Yes, 11.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I had to make some pretty wild calls at 11.
Mark is a good negotiator, but I'm wondering what it was like to get that call from you.
So it's
like, how much do you want to give me, kid?
So it's a funny story. I knew nobody could respect me if I sounded like an 11-year-old boy.
So I raised my voice and I sounded like a woman, and then they respected me.
Oh, wow. I was just going to say that.
You went the other way. That's awesome.
Yeah, I would be like,
My
You know, if
my
they
son
said,
really wants
"Okay,
this
young
game.
lady, I can do that for you, $100, no problem."
Exactly.
My son really wants this game. Is there any way I could get it for a little bit cheaper?
Smart.
and they believed it. So
That's hilarious.
my parents were accommodating, and we
No kidding. Wow.
yeah, luckily,
Are your
and we
are your
made
parents
a vacation
hippies?
out of it. We went down south, rented a U-Haul,
So cool.
and
That's
so when we
funny.
met the guy, he immediately assumed it was my mom who had been talking to him.
Right.
Wow.
And I had to tell him, no, that was me. That was
Great.
pretty hilarious. And so we get
Nice.
it back home, and guess what? It wasn't working. Guess what it was?
I don't know, what was it?
Just a fuse.
Yeah.
That's
Love
great.
it.
That
Did you
never
get any-
that never
did you get
happens.
any
It's
history of
just a
that?
fuse.
Fuse holder, but same
Yeah.
same difference.
Yeah.
Right.
Cool. What'd you say, Mark?
I was wondering, did you get any history of where that pack came from that guy?
I didn't. I just know it had been sitting in his garage for a number of years, and that's all I know about it.
Ah,
It has the vaguest scent of pizza. That might give a hint.
Oh, that's
interesting.
great. I love when games were in a pizza place. It just is like, I don't know why. I just think it's great.
It's like I open up the back and it still smells like the day I got it.
It's pretty funny. Must have been in the pizza joint for a long time. So let me give a little bit of Clav history from my perspective, and you can comment after that.
course.
So you had joined at a young age and took some guff, looking for help and various threads and whatnot. But one of the interesting things is that you entered a contest for designing a marquee for Phoenix Arcade, in which
right.
I believe you took second place and ended up getting credit for his store, which was really generous of him. You also,
very.
you also had an Atari refurb business going.
Yeah. I like the Atari interest carried over from Atari Age still.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah,
And
and I knew a guy in
the funny thing
Pennsylvania
is,
who
go ahead.
had a plethora of Ataris, and I would order one from him, and I'd restore it and sell it.
Yeah, incidentally, listeners, I bought one of
Uh-huh.
those Atari refurb from your small refurb business, and I thought for sure maybe you and your dad were in cahoots and making this legitimate thing for you, but you did this all on your own, right?
Yeah, that's the funny thing. A lot of people think that it was my parents that were the backbone of the business, but it was all me. I did the communication. They took me to the post office, and that's about it.
Wow, that's amazing. And I think I have a Burlwood Heavy Sixer, Sunnyvale, California, which I think is a Sears model, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right.
And it's great, and has original squishy controllers, and I remember getting it thinking, this doesn't seem restored to me. Why are these controllers so squishy? And I remember kind of being upset and having a conversation with you and being like, look, if you're going to do this, you got to do this, this, and this. And I was very critical, but ultimately,
I remember that.
ultimately you were able to turn the conversation around, even though I was, an angry customer. You were like, no, this is how they're designed, and this is what you're experiencing. And I was like, you had more knowledge about the Heavy Sixers and the original controllers than I did. So I was like, wow, this is awesome, So I still have that thing. Love it. Works great, by the way.
I'm so glad.
Yeah. And then on top of your Atari business, that marquee contest must have sparked some interest in design for you.
Definitely. So it's kind of a funny story how I started on design. I had been using Photoshop since I was 5, and so what? In my Atari Age days, when I was around around 10, 4th grade. I had been planning on building a scaled junior Pac-Man machine with my dad. And I had been
Is your
talking
dad's name
with-
John, by the way?
Yes,
He's in the chat.
I see that. Hi, Dad.
He says, yep, it was all junior pack. That's awesome.
Don't embarrass me.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so I'd been talking to this art arcade art company and was saying, "Hey, I'm building this mini machine. Can you do the art for it?" And he was saying, "Okay, but yes, but it'll cost a bit of money. It'll cost maybe $60, $70." And I tell my dad, "Hey, you can design this art for $60, $70." Like, "No, I'm not paying that." So the other alternative was
Smart
to
dad, smart
design
dad.
it myself.
Great.
So yeah,
So then you asked for
designed-
Adobe Photoshop, which costs like $300.
Yeah. So that sparked my interest in design. I designed the cabinet set for that. The project unfortunately never came together, but that like sparked the design in me. And I'd been toying around with vectoring and Adobe Illustrator and reproducing arcade art. Yeah, since then.
And that's sort of your primary business. Now you've got a...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And
So-
to top it off, I have a restored Super Pack cocktail that I got from Brad Lutz out of Osceola, Wisconsin. The photos of that machine are on your site, and I have artwork that you produced on it because I bought
That's
that
right.
machine. I bought it at 2DCon
That
here
is
in
just-
town. So,
Yeah, I'm that is cool.
there's, you and I have had like little connections over the years. It's been
I know. Funny
Been
how
fun.
things work together.
so, and that's one of the reasons I want to have you on the show because you have a great story to tell about all this. So,
Thank you.
Here's a basic question. Why was Pac-Man just like an incidental, like you came across a Miss Pac or a Pac-Man and so you fell in love with that, or was Pac-Man something that once you played once you put that quarter in that cocktail machine, you decided this is a pretty fun game. I think I'd like to find out more about how it works. Why Pac-Man?
I think it's a lot because of the first exposure, because of the machine when I was a kid, and then the Google Doodle. It's really hard to pinpoint. It's just it's a fun series. It's a cute series. It's one of those intangibles.
Yeah.
But I think definitely the initial exposure has a lot to do with it.
As I remember, early on, you were trying to restore the Miss Pac-Man with touching up by hand.
That's right.
And then also, Junior Pac came into your life, and you're like, okay, my name is Junior Pac. This game is super cool. And then you started trying to do your own artwork for Junior Pac, right? Also.
That's right.
Yeah. See,
In fact, I
remember a lot.
What's that?
So.
Oh yeah, you do.
Good job, Adam. Hey, I have a quick question. Tell me all about Crazy Otto and what you've been doing with it, because I've been reading articles and watching there's some videos out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in short, the story of the original Crazy Otto was that so you were mentioning how arcade machines or arcade games, like talking earlier about the crash of arcades, you're saying arcade games would hang around, or they'd hang around for too long and not be profitable.
Right.
And so in the early 80s, a group of MIT students formed together and called themselves General Computer Corporation, or GenComp, or GCC for short. And what they did was they reverse engineered arcade hardware, and they designed enhancement kits that would be an alternate chipset or a daughter board that would add on and change up the game so it would keep people not on it for so long and to keep it spicy.
Yes.
So most notably, they did this with Missile Command.
That's right.
They built
They
a
did that
Super
with
Missile
Command
Attack.
with Super Missile Attack.
Yep, and they were actually sued by Atari.
That's right.
And part of their settlement terms barred them from selling future conversion kits without consent from the original game manufacturer, where all of a sudden step in Midway, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, we want to hire you guys.
Yeah, because Pac-Man was so popular, it was just it was their natural turn. It was their natural step to make an enhancement kit for Pac-Man. So they made this Crazy Otto game that it basically changed up what was problematic with Pac-Man. So it wasn't as redundant. They added mazes, they added randomized AI, the fruit moved around, and they wanted to release it as an enhancement kit, like they did with Super Missile Attack. So they changed the characters up. So they made Crazy Otto, which is this wacky Pac-Man character with legs and gave the ghosts antenna and feet. But so they wouldn't to avoid the issue they were having with Atari, they went to Midway and said, "Hey, we made this enhancement kit. What do you think? Can we release it?" And Midway thought, "Hey, okay, this is really impressive."
Now
And they bought it for themselves instead.
Yeah, and there's more to it. So Midway and Bally Midway had been waiting for Namco to release a new game.
That's right.
Super Pac-Man was on the cusp, but it hadn't been released yet. So they had all these Pac-Man machines sitting around not making money. And they were getting frustrated because Namco could not produce the new game fast. They were taking too long.
They needed a new money pot.
Right. So, as Brendon says, they ended up buying the rights to CRAZY OTTO. And
then they worked with General Computer and Namco. They had Namco's blessing for Ms. Pac-Man.
Yep.
And they had the idea, okay, because CRAZY OTTO introduced the idea of a female character in a video game.
Yep.
In the cutscenes, CRAZY OTTO and his girlfriend Anna. And so that sparked the idea to create a female protagonist, and that essentially created Pac-Woman, which led to Miss Pac-Man. And
in a kind of a roundabout way, right? The name was changed to Mrs. Pac-Man because Midway was worried about the Pac couple having a Pac baby out of wedlock.
Illegitimate. There is no wedding sequence.
No, there isn't.
Straight to kids.
Yeah, straight to kids. The stork. It's totally awesome. And then
the chase scene is questionable.
So they named her Mrs. Pac-Man, but that didn't roll off the tongue, so they switched it to Ms. Pac-Man. And then
because Ms. is more ambiguous.
But I think they decided all that within a few days for marketing purposes. So
that's right. But what's interesting is all of the development materials for Ms. Pac-Man say Miss Pac-Man.
Yeah. So they were on top of it. They had already figured it out by the time the game was released. So CRAZY OTTO, I've got a question for you. Did you ask them if they modeled CRAZY OTTO after the original Pac-Man art on the side of the Pac-Man machine has this yellow blob with feet and red eyes?
That's right.
Is that what he's modeled after?
That is exactly what he's modeled after.
Because they probably like, why does Pac-Man not look like what he is on the side of the machine?
Yeah, that's exactly what he was modeled after. Right.
That's awesome. So, all right, tell us how you got into working on CRAZY OTTO then.
Yeah, so I joined the gaming community right when there were rumors of the ROMs being released. And so I was just immediately fascinated with the idea of CRAZY OTTO, Ms. Pac-Man not being Ms. Pac-Man for its whole entire life. And I had the idea to recreate the CRAZY OTTO, program, and I was going to convert my Ms. Pac-Man into CRAZY OTTO just for fun. But then I had the idea to design a marquee for CRAZY OTTO in 2012, and that really set the project going. I got a Pac-Man Mini, and I bought a Pac-Man Mini in late 2012, and it all kind of came together. So I have this extra machine, and I have a marquee designed. I'm going to make a CRAZY OTTO. I have to. And so it's a long story since I went through so many roadblocks working on that project, because being an 11-year-old looking at assembly code and hex code, it meant nothing. And all I had was the determination, I have to make this CRAZY OTTO somehow. So I used all I knew about coding, that 00 in hex meant nothing.
No.
Exactly. So I went through each line of the Ms. Pac-Man code, replaced it with 00, and ran it in MAME, and saw where it would crash or where the colors would change or where it would reset. And I documented what did what.
You made, oh my God.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's totally awesome.
That was a long process, but it got the job done.
Dad Parker is like, well, it kept him busy for a while.
That's right. Sure did.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, Mark, you're a programmer. What do you think?
I I don't know where the uncompiled code is for any of these games. I mean, obviously that would be the first thing I would try to do, but that's a great idea when you sort of experimentally poke and prod through it. And that's kind of similar to the approach that I think the developer of Donkey Kong Remix had to take.
Really?
Yeah, but he's gotten pretty crazy with his abilities lately, because like with that new Christmas thing, he figured out how to redo graphics, which he had not previously been able to do. He was just reusing existing elements.
Oh wow.
Well, and Remix is really interesting too, from the standpoint of the game physics actually change. So
yes,
is that true?
You have
the physics are definitely different.
So like there's certain things that you have to do. You have to drop girders to actually be able to walk across. You have to climb up ladders and flip a switch. Things that just were not done in the game are now in the game, which is amazing.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's a completely different game. So if you get a chance, run it in MAME and check it out, because it's really, really cool. I bought it for my DK machine, and the kit comes with the original Donkey Kong, whatever the Donkey Kong 2 was maybe, and then the remix, and now you can download the Christmas pack. So it's kind of cool.
Sounds really cool.
So anyway, where were we? So it was hunt and peck, change hex, see what changes, and then you just started to change the sprites for Pac-Man, or for Miss Pac-Man.
So for the sprites, I had the easy way out. I used what's it called? It's called Age Arcade Graphics Emulator. It's a graphics I can't speak. Arcade graphics editor.
Gotcha.
It's a graphics editor for DOS that thankfully does the hard work. It reads the graphics ROMs, and it's almost like MS Paint. You can redraw the graphics, and so that was the easy way out for changing graphics. But figuring out what the graphics were supposed to be was a different story. Since I knew I could do it, but I had to know what they were supposed to be. So at California Extreme 2012, Steve Golson, one of the original developers of Crazy Otto, had brought the Crazy Otto circuit board and placed it in a Pac-Man cabinet. And so obviously I couldn't get the ROMs, but I was able to play it. And so I took video, and once I got home, I played it frame by frame by frame by frame, and was just able to discern what the pixels were supposed to be and the 4 frames of animation. And so that was a process in itself.
I love it. What happened? Adam's no longer responding, but okay, so
yeah.
By the way, what kind of camera did you use? Just a regular old video camera? Did you use a phone, or?
Yeah, I used my dad's iPhone.
Nice.
iPhone 4 at that time, wasn't it?
Sounds about right.
Yep. But I made do.
And so you were able to take that. Now, they've never released the ROMs, though, have they? I mean...
Yeah, so that's a whole different story, because there had been all this news that they were going to be releasing the ROMs.
Right.
But for some reason it never happened, because the legal entanglements with Crazy Otto are messy. Because every time Namco releases a version of Ms. Pac-Man, Gen Comp or GCC, the original guys, still get a cut.
Oh.
And so part of that deal is that the Crazy Otto original ROMs cannot be released.
Dang.
Yeah. Would have made my job a lot easier.
Okay. Did they say how many PCBs still were able to run? Well, I mean, how many different daughter boards that they made that ran Crazy Otto, I guess?
So at that point, they hadn't even designed the daughter board yet. I think it was an addition to row 6.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it required actual modification to the board. But from my understanding, there were 3 different sets, each a little bit different.
Okay. And your modification is a straight up just like explain exactly how it changes the game to be auto.
So a lot of people think it's just a graphics swap, but it's not just that, because the Crazy Otto, it's just the little things. So the big issue with Crazy Otto versus Ms. Pac-Man is that Ms. Pac-Man, she looks the same no matter what direction she's going. And so in the Ms. Pac-Man code, they reuse the same graphics for left, right, and up and down.
No, bummer.
And she only needs 3 frames of animation with her mouth closed and her mouth half open and all the way open. But Crazy Otto had these legs, and he had to walk, and there was a 3D effect. So he would be facing you if you're going up, or facing you if you're going down, and looking away from you if you're going up. And so that required 4 frames of animations for Otto, and that was like the biggest roadblock. That's the biggest difference between Crazy Otto and Ms. Pac-Man. Other than that, some of the sound effects are different. So there's no graphic after you eat a monster. After you eat a monster, there's no graphic of the eyes going back to the pen, and there's no sound. It just keeps playing the sound. And some of the music is a little bit different. It's such minor changes that the normal person wouldn't notice, but I noticed, and reverse engineering the music code was the second longest process, but
That is so cool.
Right.
And the attract mode. Crazy Otto's attract mode was each of the 3 versions had a different attract mode. My version in my cabinet doesn't follow any of the original versions because I wanted to make it look like a release version. The first version of Crazy Otto had the Pac-Man style attract mode where it had the character nickname. And by the second version, they had the little marquee with Blinky, Pinky, Inky. And so since my goal was to make the machine look like a release machine, I kind of merged it. So I put the Gen Comp logo, which wasn't in the later prototypes, and left the marquee and monster names.
Nice. Okay. Seems fair.
Yeah, sorry, I'm doing a lot of talking.
That's what you should do. That's what the show's about. We want to hear. Right, Mark?
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to visualize. So when you were making these decisions, did you have like these things sketched out, or like, I mean, what was your process for sort of concluding that, or did you just do it all up in your head? And
so I knew from the start of the project that I really wanted to make a Crazy Otto cabinet that looked like a release machine, something that could have been released by Midway or by Gen Comp. And my original idea was to make it look like it was released by Midway, but about halfway through, I made the switch, made it want to look like it was released by Gen Comp, even though they weren't an actual production company.
I think that's a wonderful thing you did because, and just to lead into my next question, but to give them the recognition of bringing that, because people then will ask you, why is it Gen Comp? And maybe they don't know, maybe they don't know about GCC. So,
yeah.
So what was it like to meet the creators of the game at CAX?
So that's a funny story. I really wanted to see his talk because Steve Golson was giving a presentation at CAX. But we were just 10 minutes late maybe for it because my dad had to take a shower and we were late. And so I missed the talk and I couldn't find the guy, but I met his son. But that was about it. So I never actually got to meet him or communicate with him.
Okay. You met his son. So that's the picture of his son in the...
No. Okay, hold on. I'm talking about 2012.
Oh, okay. So
yeah.
The debut of the machine was 2012. Okay, gotcha.
So the debut of my machine was 2015.
Oh, okay. All right.
Sorry, I'm not being too clear on the timeline.
No, I was actually specifically talking about your completed machine.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
So that was, I think that was one of the greatest experiences of my life. Yeah, the people from California Extreme had heard about my show. John Coolpy had seen my Clav post about my machine and offered me a presentation slot and said, keep it on the down low, but we might be getting Steve Golson in for this. and I about melted. So
Right. So
was-
Steve Golson, what was his reaction, I guess?
he was pretty impressed. He
Okay.
played the game and said it's really close, and he showed me okay. The biggest coincidence. So, have you seen my final Crazy Otto art? So it has the Crazy Otto with the hat and the bow tie and the cane.
Yes.
That is exactly what their vision for Crazy Otto was back in the day.
Huh.
They had their internal mascot was Crazy Otto, and they released internal newsletters with Crazy Otto as the mascot. And he showed me the image of original Crazy Otto, and it's exactly what my design was. It's like the biggest coincidence.
Some kind of interdimensional rift or something, or multiverse, or
Exactly.
yes.
My alternate spirit was there.
Right. And where did the name Crazy Otto come from anyway?
I'm really not sure. I know there was a musician in the 50s named Crazy Otto, but I'm not sure if there's a connection.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if they had any other like alternate names, kind of like, you know, how the build up to figuring out that it was going to be Miss Pac, but
That's a good question. I don't know why I haven't asked them yet. It was going to be
all right. Future
Crazy Otto was originally called Walkaman.
Waka-man. Waka waka waka
Oh
waka.
no.
Exactly.
Waka 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 waka
I
waka.
have to ask where that came from. That's a good question.
Yeah. I mean, that I actually looked that up myself before the show, and saw that, you know, Johnny Maddox, who was born in 27, had a pop career in the 50s on Dot Records and some other labels, but I can't see how they would relate it to unless one of them was like really into that artist, which is possible. I mean, it's the right timing.
Yeah.
He, you know, as an adult, he may have known who this guy was, Johnny Maddox. So,
Although they were college students, so
yeah, but he might have been into jazz and ragtime, right? So he
That's
might have been like kind of a little throwback.
yeah, like me.
So, be
I have no
interesting.
idea. Although, you know what? There's a spoof movie comedy called Airplane, and Autopilot was this inflatable pilot that would fly the plane, and his name was spelled OTTO. I wonder if that had some kind of effect on it.
That could be
Who
it.
knows?
You got to ask him, Brendan, next
I
time you
will.
get a chance. Say, hey, Steve, where'd you get the name Crazy Otto anyway?
I will be sure to ask that. I don't know how I haven't come up with that question.
Okay, good. Future goals. Got it. We're gonna follow up with you in 1 year.
We will.
Sounds
Yeah.
good to me.
What else you got, Adam? Any questions?
Oh, yeah. Tell us about your current collection. What do you got going on?
Yeah.
So my current collection, let's see. Well, I got Ms. Pac-Man, Pac-Man, Junior Pac-Man, Crazy Otto.
So you need a
Pac-Mania.
Mr. and Mrs. Pac-Man pinball. That's why you
I
were...
do, and a baby Pac-Man, and a Professor
nice.
Pac-Man, and a Pac-Land.
There were a lot of Pac games. Not all of them were good, though.
Yeah, Pac-Man and Chomp Chomp, which was my second big project.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. So that one was like the next obvious step, since it was another unreleased Pac sequel.
All right, let's first give the audience a background. So there's a game in Japan. Namco released a game called Pac and Pal. Super fun game based on the same hardware that ran Super Pac. And
That's right.
very pleasant music, excellent gameplay. It's a pretty complicated game, but yet still challenging and fun once you get to understand the rules. So give us a little background on how about, you know, Pac-Man and Chomp Chomp, what that meant from, you know, the standpoint of a game that wasn't ever made, and how you decided to convert that. Did you use the same process, et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah. So in the early 80s, there was the Pac-Man Hanna-Barbera cartoon, and Pac-Man had a dog called Chomp Chomp.
Yes, he did.
So Namco wanted to bring Pac-Man, or wanted to bring Pac and Pal to America, and they had the idea to use Chomp Chomp as the as the in place of Pal,
Sure.
the green character.
Mm-hmm.
And so they had finished the graphics and the game was finished, and from my understanding, they had one prototype cabinet that was
Okay.
on test in Chicago.
Okay.
But I believe the release of Pac-Man Chomp Chomp fell right in the termination between Midway and Namco.
Oh, okay.
So it never happened.
Well, that's kind of a bummer. So did they? I think I remember seeing some of the sprites are different in the Chomp Chomp version, aren't they? Besides the dog.
I think the sprites are the same.
Oh, are they? So you still
They're
have
not
the
the same.
same like Rally X car and the Galaxian ship and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the bonus items are the same.
Yeah. So for instance, so give a little bit of background on the gameplay. Tell us how the game is played.
So the game, it's really similar to Super Pac-Man, except so in Super Pac-Man you have keys that you have to unlock doors and munch all the fruits. But in Pac-Man and Chomp Chomp or Pac and Pal, instead of keys you have cards that you flip, and it'll on the back of the card is a different fruit, and it unlocks a different door containing a different fruit. And the idea is you have to eat all the fruits to pass the round. But as a little as something to throw you off, they add this Pal or Chomp Chomp, who is your friend and your enemy. So Pal or Chomp Chomp can take Pal and Chomp Chomp will take whatever fruit is open, whichever one you haven't eaten, and he'll carry it around and take it back to the monster pen, and it'll be gone. So it's kind of a friend-enemy situation because it can help you clear the level if you're in a rut, but it also loses you points and a bonus score.
Ah.
Yeah, and when the dog or the Pal runs off with your bonus item, you can intercept it and prevent them from bringing
still
it.
Take the item if Pal or Chomp Chomp has it,
as long as they haven't brought it to the ghost chamber or whatever.
Exactly.
And then there's like an invisible area on the board too.
That's right.
Where if you go in there, it's like a when they travel from left to right on Miss Pac-Man and the ghosts slow down, same concept, but it's in the middle of the board. And so if you go into this blank area, the ghosts will follow you in and then they slow down. So you can slow them down in the middle, which is different than other games. So
yeah, that's right. Although there's also the other side of it, which you can't see the ghosts.
Right. Yeah, that's always dangerous when you can't see the ghosts. A la Pac-Man Plus.
Aha.
Do you have Pac-Man Plus somewhere in your collection?
I have it. I have a 2-bits 16-in-1 kit in my Ms. Pac-Man, so yes.
Sure. And do you enjoy playing that one?
I do. It's pretty fun.
I love it. It's very challenging.
It throws you off.
Yeah. Actually, a friend of mine had up the street has a Pac-Man dedicated or a dedicated Pac-Man cocktail, and it was a conversion. So his was a Pac-Man Plus conversion. So it's got the little added, plus on it, and he became really good at that game as a kid. So he's like one of the few people I know that can get past 4 or 5 levels.
Yeah, it is. It's like since one of the tactics used in Pac-Man is wait until the ghosts are nearby to eat the Energizer, but can't do that.
No, and sometimes you eat something and not all of them change, which is really annoying. Some of them change into ghosts with a little flag on their head, and then some of them just stay the same. Like Blinky stays the same and comes after you, which is annoying.
Yeah, and it can really shock you.
So what was it like to try to put Pac-Man and Chomp Chomp together? Was it as difficult as Crazy Otto, or did you learn so much?
The 0-0 trick again? Or
So Pac-Man and Chomp Chomp, thankfully the program it's not locked up like Crazy Otto is. It's freely downloadable. And it almost runs on Super Pac-Man hardware. So
it's not exact?
So it does, but it requires an extra socket. And if I'm not mistaken, Pac and Pal and Pac-Man Chomp Chomp used a Namco custom IC for the dip switches that is unobtainium and is not the same as Pac-Man or Super Pac-Man's.
Wow.
Although at California Extreme, I had met this guy. His name is Vernon Brooks. And he's like this wizard programmer. and I got in touch with him, and he was able to rewrite the Pac-Man and Chomp Chomp so it will run with the proper Super Pac-Man IC.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean,
Yeah. So that took a lot of the work out of it for me. What was fun with Pac-Man Chomp Chomp though was there was more focus on the art. Since Crazy Otto, I could just copy the Ms. Pac-Man style, but Pac-Man Chomp Chomp was basically up to my imagination for the artwork.
Cool. Yeah, so Pac and Pal I think was released on a couple of Midway Arcade Classic collections over the years, or Namco collections here in the US. But
it's on almost all the plug and plays.
Yeah, some of the more modern ones, right? So there was a Super Pac-Man one that was released that I might be on. But it's a fantastic game. If you haven't tried it, just give it a shot. And it's one of those games
really
where, when you first try it, it's annoying. Like I was like, what is this? But I find the music like very pleasant and calming.
It's relaxing
compared to other Pac-Man games where it's like woo woo woo.
Do that again.
That's pretty good. I mean,
it is.
Let's just play the real sound here. That's pretty close. You must have had years.
I think we have a winner.
I know, that's good.
It was meant to be.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. So your two crowning jewels in your collection must be Crazy Otto and Pac-Man and Chomp Chomp.
And that sound effect you can make.
Oh yes.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Nice. Yeah, definitely. It's always so funny when people are over and they ask, what the hell is Pac-Man and Chomp Chomp, or what the hell is Crazy Otto? And then I have to go on this long story of the history and why I recreated it.
What's your... go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mark.
Well, what's your future goal? Like, do you have another, challenge ahead of you that's similar to these two?
Yeah, so right now I'm working on my 4th project. So this summer I built a quick Ms. Pac-Man based on the Miss Pac-Man prototype sketches.
Right, you mentioned that earlier. That's cool.
So, but that wasn't as significant. So my next project will be, it's finally breaking out of the Pac-Man franchise. Have any of you heard of the Exity unreleased game Teeter Torture?
I have not heard of that. Tell us about it.
It's this really obscure game. There's only one prototype cabinet in existence, and it's at California Extreme each year. But so it's hard to describe. So you're on a teeter-totter. You're a cannon on a teeter-totter, and you have to use a spinner back and forth and shoot these alien cats.
Yes, I've seen it. It was in the It was in the proto hype.
Oh yeah,
they did. Yes. Oh, good. Okay, keep going.
Yeah, but so the longer you stay on a side, the more it weighs down the teeter-totter. But on each side of the teeter-totter is a TNT. And so if you stay for too long on one side, the TNT will detonate and boom.
Boom.
Wow.
So it's really a fun game. And the history of it is not really well known. Apparently, Exity barely remembers making the game.
Yeah, I didn't get to see the Exity group talk. I assume you made it there. Your dad wasn't showering for that one? Or...
I missed that one too.
What?
Not my dad's fault, though.
Okay.
But I do have the contact info of one of the guys who worked on it. I still need to get in touch with him.
Okay.
But that one will be a more engineering nightmare, since it uses a unique spinner that isn't on any other game. And so that'll be fun to try to get working. It's in the same cabinet and runs on the same hardware as, I think, Venture and Pepper 2.
I think Polybius too.
Oh yeah, totally.
No.
Mark's like, no, don't perpetuate that rumor.
Please don't.
You probably have an easier time getting a mousetrap cabinet, but
that's true.
So many me and Adam both have mousetrap cabinets coming out of our ears.
Come to California, give me one.
That's a fun game. Yeah, so outside of the Pac-Man games, you have Galaxian, you said, and what else?
Yeah, so I have Galaxian, I have a Ga Plus board. I was going to build a Ga Plus, but that ended up turning into Pac-Man and Chomp Chomp.
Okay.
Let's see. I have Asteroids, Space Invaders, Defender, Stargate, and Atari Assault.
Oh, Assault. That's a fun game. That's
Yeah, it really is.
pretty old, right?
It's one of the, I think, 87. So.
Oh, I was thinking of Tank or something.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, that's cool. I don't know if I played Assault then. Does that have like weird controllers on it?
Yep.
Yeah.
2 sticks.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of one of those vertical shmups, and it's got like almost like they look like tank sticks, kinda. But
Yeah.
there's 2 of
and
them.
each stick controls a different side of the controls a different tread of the tank.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Hey.
my dad says don't forget Space Invaders.
Space Invaders. Oh yeah, that's classic too. Yeah. So out of all your games,
Deluxe or just regular Space Invaders?
Just regular.
Okay.
so out of all of your games, worst and best. Least favorite, most favorite. How's that?
Okay, I'm biased because my Pac-Man and Chomp Chomp and my Crazy Otto are my babies.
That's true.
And of course, I'm attached to my Ms. Pac-Man since that was my first.
Yeah.
If I had to let one go, it would probably be Assault.
Okay.
Since it's one of the later 80s games, I'm not as attached to it.
Sure. And it looks like it's like almost like a Tubin style cabinet.
Yeah, it almost is.
Vertical, very tall, screwy form, so it doesn't fit in the same shape as all the other arcades.
Yeah, I have it wedged in the corner. But it's frustrating since it has a wide base, even though the actual cabinet is so narrow.
It's the exact same thing with Tubin. You got this weird wide base. So it looks narrow, but it's actually the same width as all the other games.
Makes it harder to push over, I find.
Yeah, very true. If they didn't do that, you could just tip it over.
That's right.
Yeah,
But
true.
People would die.
So that one would fall on top of the other one.
Yeah. Like dominoes.
Expensive dominoes.
Very expensive, large, heavy dominoes that
Hey,
are...
one more thing about your teeter torture. Are you going to go like for an exact copy, or are you going to try to make it a little bit better, or is it just?
So I'm going to leave the game as is since the ROM is available.
Oh, it's
the artwork. There was only a mock-up marquee drawn, from what I understand, and so I'm using that as a reference and idea for what kind of style I want the art to be. But other than that, it's pretty much up to my imagination.
Man, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I have the marquee like half done for that, and I'm really excited about it.
That's cool.
And are you documenting this somewhere online for people to follow?
Not yet. I have a page on my site, but I haven't put anything down in it yet.
Cool. Oh, and what's your site?
Yeah, pacificarcades.com.
That's right.
Perfect. All right, well.
That's your plug.
Yeah, that's your plug for the show. So,
all right.
pacificarcades.com.
Go there, spend money.
Yeah. Oh, what kind of products do you have on that site?
So I do reproduction and custom artwork.
Sweet. I sent a guy over your way, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
He wants to do some Spaceballs art for a crazy big Atari
oh, yeah.
cabinet.
I remember that guy.
He's a friend of mine. He's a good guy. But if and I was going to help with some of the graphics, but you look to be very talented. You should help that guy out.
Yeah, I will. I had to turn him down just because it was a difficult family situation. But
oh yeah, he's not in a hurry, but he'll be glad. He's got some ideas.
Yeah, it sounds like a great project.
Spaceballs, the game. I just got yeah.
So Pacific Arcades is my shebang. I do a lot of reproduction artwork for the Pac series, and I take pride in my meticulous recreation. Everything I have such a high level of I have such an eye. I can't stand if things are inaccurate. Each of my pieces is meticulously scanned and vectored from NOS or from original, and I don't use any of the shitty online files that a lot of the art houses seem to use.
That's good. So you're kind of
Nice.
you're creating some new competition for some of the other good guys out there.
Yeah, quality is number one for me.
Phoenix is the same way, I think. They have very meticulous standards.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Rich, who does a pretty good job. So we have
I work with Rich.
Yeah.
So he facilitates all my printing.
Oh, cool.
Oh, nice.
So I do all the
trick with
design work, and I send each month I send a giant package of artwork I need, and he sends it to me, and I stock a bunch of pieces.
Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to give you my Nintendo Hellfire vectors, and then you give it to Rich, because when I send him stuff, he's like, "Yeah, dude, whatever," and I'm like, "Oh man."
All right, well, let's wind this thing up. It's been great having you on the show, Brendon Parker.
This is just such an experience. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
guys.
and we're trying not to repeat guests right away, but we'll definitely have you on again. We're gonna have some repeat guests from last season, so you're our third guest of the season. So, that's great. And we're the Arcade Radio, and you can follow us on the Facebook and the internets. We got places all over the internets that we're on.
Are
the
we on
Arcade Radio?
Yeah, are we on MySpace?
Yeah, we're on MySpace, and we have like
GeoCities.
Yeah, I used to call
Tumblr.
AOL. Do we have an AOL room right now?
Yeah, still on AOL. Yep, you can get us on the web crawler. Get a web crawler in there. Yeah, we're pretty legit.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
Nice.
Just need an Arcade Radio Tinder.
Hey, are you gonna play this song? Isn't this song made out of the loops?
It is made out of loops. And if I play too much of it, we'll probably get it yanked.
I'm gonna try to mic. We should just sing it now.
Dun, dun, dun.
Da, da.
And actually, if you listen to theirs, it's similar, but it's not the same. And it's really these loops that are coming up right now. You'll hear them. Yeah.
This part right here.
Yep. That's the part that they go from.
We talk over.
Yep.
Forget it.
So, and this is where we put our pants on.
Yeah. I don't know what that means. I should have never started that.
Oh dear. Yeah. Yeah, this is not the right episode to be talking about the best episode. Thanks for listening to the Double R's. That's Arcade Radio. Please join us in the conversation anytime. ArcadeRadio.com. You can email us at react@arcaderadio, and you can also call or leave comments and questions on the game line, which is 612-548-GAME or 4263. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on iTunes, Google Play, and or SoundCloud. This has been a great show. Thanks for being our guest, Brendon, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody leave a voicemail that's not about Darzadek. Ah. That guy has enough